George R. R. Martin gave us an update on the Winds of Winter and also the House of the Dragon, which isn't really that great of an update, but I feel like it's the thought that counts. Right? Alright, so I did a George R. R. Martin Winds of Winter update maybe last week, if I'm remembering correctly, where George wrote on his Not a blog, hey, the silver lining of the pandemic is I have more time to just concentrate on the Winds of Winter. Well, interestingly, he just updated his Not a blog when I'm recording this a few hours ago, but by the time I get it up, it's probably last night. So he updated it talking about working on Winds of Winter, and I just want to read what he wrote. So in his first paragraph he wrote, "No big news here, it has been a week or so since my last blog post." Oh, okay, yeah, I did an update a week ago. There we go. "So I thought I would say hi. I'm still up in the mountains, doing the social distancing rag, and writing Winds of Winter. Have good days and bad days, but I'm making progress." I know a lot of you guys at my live chats, even my comment sections of my videos on Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, sometimes not even on those videos. Sometimes on videos about random topics. But some of you think George actually already has Winds of Winter done and that he has already given it to his publishers, but I feel like every time he updates his Not a blog, he shows us it's not done yet. I feel like at this point you kind of got to accept that. And even if it was done right now, we probably still wouldn't see it till the end of this year or the beginning of next year with how long it takes to actually publish things. But the fact that he's updating us about working on it is a good thing, because when George isn't working on it, he feels really guilty and he tends to ignore the topic of A Song of Ice and Fire. So the fact that he's saying, hey, yeah, no, I'm working on it, making progress, some days are better than others, a good thing. Don't shame the man for giving that update. And George shared a little bit more about the Winds of Winter and actually House of the Dragon later in his post, writing, "The only thing I'm writing myself is the Winds of Winter, as I have said many times. But with my producer's hat on, I am still involved in a number of exciting new shows for HBO, and a few film projects as well. When and if any of these make it to the screen, well, that's always the question. But I do know that Ryan Condal and his team are roaring ahead on the scripts for House of the Dragon, and that one has a full season's order for HBO. As for the other stuff I may or may not be involved in, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you all. Fucking bring it, old man." George also mentioned throughout his Not a blog that writers can still be working on their projects, and he's hinting at that as well with Ryan and his writers, that they're still working on the House of the Dragon. We're still getting a full season of that, even with the pandemic going on. They're still in the writing phase, so don't expect to see any filming news anytime soon. I would actually be shocked if we didn't see any casting or filming news until the end of this year as well, with how everything is going. George ended his Not a blog post with something really cute, so I'm gonna read that really quick because it made me giggle. "There's more, of course. There's always more. But this post has grown long enough, and Westeros is calling. And Essos. Don't forget about Essos. We have fucking Barristan and Dany over there. We need to hear more about fucking them, George." So yeah, again, it's not the best update, but the fact that he's even telling us, hey, I'm still working on Winds, is a big deal, especially for George. And I said this in my last George update, and I will say it again. I'm not saying the pandemic is a good thing. It is a terrible, awful, not so good thing. But if there is a silver lining, George is able to concentrate on Winds, and that's a win. Again, I'm not saying this is a good thing that the virus happened. Not at all. But we might be getting Winds of Winter sooner than what we would have if this wouldn't have happened. That's dark. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and come back for more videos. More Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire lore videos coming, but also just general sci-fi fantasy videos too. So I wish I had a cool, like, outro saying, but I'm just not one of those people, so. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.